The 7 deadly sins. Vices that have been around as long as time itself. Where do they find themselves in the characters of Invincible? Before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Drop your predictions in the comments and let's see if you can guess my picks. Gluttony. Rex explode. I doubt this needs much explaining. Rex craves attention, indulging in his own hype, often to an excess level that can get in the way of his ability to connect with others. His hedonistic approach to relationships, hooking up with nearly every woman on the team, prioritizes pleasure over connection, at least until he meets Shrinking Ray. Oh, and let's not forget his diet, delivery pizza, all day, with Rudy/Robot's credit card. Which is honestly fair, because Rudy basically plagiarized his DNA. If I was Rex, we would definitely figure out a royalty clause here. Greed. Cecil Stedman. Since I just dedicated a full video to Cecil's fuck-ups, I would like to clarify that contrary to popular belief, I actually like Cecil. Even if he can make cold, rational decisions, we see that at his core, he's a lot more caring than he lets on. While you may think of greed as relating to money, Cecil's greed isn't about money. It's about information and control. From constant surveillance to manipulating powerful players, he always ensures he's at the top, looking at the heroes more as assets on a chessboard than comrades. This is apparent, even in the GDA prison where he doesn't have heroes around him. Even around those he may relate to less on a moral level, he still finds a way to assert dominance over the ecosystem and find himself at the top. Lust. Battle Beast. Battle Beast's bloodlust is insatiable, to the point that he'll get himself imprisoned if he thinks it will lead to a worthy battle. You can't even say that him beating the Guardians in Season 1 is pub stomping. If you had to deal with the matchmaking queue times at Battle Beast's rank, you'd smirk too. Envy. Omni-Man. Omni-Man in the Envy slot might seem surprising, but personally, I find it adds layers to his character. Think about it. Every time he encounters a thriving alien race, humans, Thraxans, he admires them, and we see later on that he starts to build resentment over the things that he lacks in comparison, especially being from Viltrum. Even when he's still ideologically captured by Viltrum, he's still able to look at humanity and think, if only I'd been one of you. Envy isn't just about wanting what others have. It's about feeling trapped in your own limitations. It's funny that the Omni in Omni-Man's name technically just means all, because it adds a tragic irony when you think about how limited he feels throughout his entire character arc, trapped within that one Viltrumite identity. Wrath. Oliver. There should be no surprises here. If the indicators on the screen aren't enough for you, Oliver is Wrath. His first and last instinct is always to throw hands. A big chunk of his worldview is shaped by the fact that Thraxans have memory starting as early as birth. In Oliver's perspective, for a while his father was the strongest man in the world that he knew. Sloth. Immoral. Have you guys seen that one episode of How I Met Your Mother where Ted points out the way that Lily chews her food to her longtime boyfriend Marshall? And after that, Marshall can't stop noticing Lily's loud chewing every time they eat. I remember when I first saw a meme calling Immortal a fraud and thinking to myself, it can't be that bad. But now, I can't unsee it. Man, and now this guy has the audacity to talk about retiring with that Tony Snell-ass stat line. It's funny because I'm sure Cecil would try much harder to convince Invincible or Robot not to quit if one of them decided to stop being heroes, but with this one, I'm sure Cecil won't mind. Pride. Mark Grayson. In Season 2, Anissa, a Viltrumite, shows up to make sure Mark is doing his assigned duties on Earth, conquering humanity. During the one-sided beating she's giving him, Cecil suggests that Mark just say the words. Mark's refusal to deceive Anissa, even when it could have bought him time, shows a naive pride. He won't let her believe she swayed him, even at great cost, even if he dies and there's nobody left to protect the Earth. His unwillingness to engage with Cecil's arguments about D.A. Sinclair suggests he clings to his ideals without fully rationalizing them, a sign that he's attached to them in a way that lacks a logical foundation. As when his perspective is challenged by Cecil, he takes it personally, what I believe is an unconventional sign of pride. Mark's inability to articulate his stance when Oliver kills the Maulers highlights his struggle. He's so sure of his values, but when challenged, he short-circuits rather than addressing the argument.
And since I haven't introduced myself yet, this is a portal. Thank you all a ton for the support. You are all amazing and argumentative as fuck, and I never knew how satisfying being talked out of people by the internet could be. Sub, like, and comment for more.